Alright, what's up? King Boys, back again with another video. And today, we are going over how I grinded 13.5 million medallions on Speed with Fire Day. And yeah, so basically we're just going to be going over a few of the strats done, got some replays. These were taken just directly from the streams if you missed them. Just some of the wins from the stream, because could not record specific games during the grind. And yeah, these are some decent games as well, I believe. So yeah, so I think this mode is the easiest way of getting the most medallions possible. Like the mode you can get the most in a day is going to be definitely the Speed Bonanza on Speed Bonanza week. But you need to learn like quick micro and stuff, and there's a little bit of like game knowledge as well for like when to amount of like heli microing, what like rushes to use, when to like adjust, which is very rare. How send in ZMG, different bits in Speed Bonanza. But Speed with Fire, kind of doing a very similar thing every single time. So what I do, you see a lot, I got C1 Rub to Gold every single game, Eco Nerf for us on most, except for what we'll talk about later on, in most matches. And then you either use Super Balloon Boost or Lightning. So that's your main strats that you're going to be using. So in this one, Super Balloon Boost in yellows, and mechanic where the ricochet stops hitting the balloons if it hits a camo or something it can't pop, so a lead will also do the trick. Means that this goes through. And basically, we didn't play that one perfectly. I got a little bit, I didn't really improve much because I'm not really thinking too much. I'm kind of just repeating the same system over and over again while I'm grinding. But yeah, I did realise that I should be using more Super Balloon Boost earlier on. And yeah, basically the way it works is most players play Boomer. You send 3 balloons at the start. Oh, that's the short map strat. We'll use Power Lock, yeah. You send 3 balloons in at the start, and then you get your ricochet up. If they rubber to gold, you Eco Nerf them. So that keeps them quite poor. And then you can get your own rubber to gold off, hopefully, or if they don't, they Eco Nerf again. And this doesn't speed them up at all. And you can just like, they'll often lightning the first round because they won't be able to get up a good boomer in time. From the being Eco Nerf, so that's one lightning gone. Then you can like send in pinks if they get the ricochet later, which hopefully they are going to go for because they're quite poor. It's kind of hard to afford the bionic, or if they do, they'd have to use like a second lightning. And somewhere you can force the third lightning. Super Balloon Boost in the yellows with the camo, you win the game. Otherwise, you can try and cheese them out, which some players don't like doing. If they have Glaive Lord, you can go for the Super Balloon Boost rainbows or ceramics, and a lot of players will just die to that. Otherwise, you can just play high eco and send in BFBs and try and win like that. Or if they're playing passive, just sending in some PFBs as early as possible and praying. But we'll get on to later about passive. Other thoughts on passive. And then yeah, then short maps, you'll see a good demonstration at the end, but you got yeah, Power Lock. You can get some really fast wins using Power Lock. I've had not all like you don't get too many because there's not a lot of players like playing the short maps. I'd say I had 10 wins in around about 30 seconds or less. The quickest being 24 seconds. I'll post one of me beating Shadow on the screen now, hopefully. But yeah, really good if they basically if you send from the start and they send as well, you lightning after 11 seconds. If they try and rubber to gold first before lightning, which is what you normally do in normal maps, then what will happen is you'll be able to power lock about 4 seconds later before they can use their lightnings due to the power cooldown, and then as a result, they won't be able to pop all the balloons on the screen, and they'll just die if you then change to like pinks as well. You could also, if they lightning after like 10 or 6 to 10 seconds, and then they use rubber to gold, and you've both been sending like blues, you can also what am I saying? Also use the power lock again. And this can be a little bit risky at times, but it's you can also get a win after like 40 seconds, 40 seconds again, so definitely worth it. And yeah, they are my main strats, but the mindset is something that is quite different, which I've not really had or thought about much before, coming into Speed with Fire. And it's quite different from most modes, because most modes I'm like thinking what strat I want to use against the opponent, taking onto like the map, and I'm always trying to win every single game, and I'm always focused on winning every single game. And if I lose or going on losing streaks, I think, man, no, I'm really like not playing too good here. I need to like change things up and refocus on my like strategy and stuff like that. Speed with Fire is completely different. You can't beat, I don't know if he's saying this in the grinding champion, you just can't beat Ace. If they like are semi-decent at Ace, you just can't beat it. And if they do passive, anyone who does passive well, you just can't beat it. You're basically looking for noobs and choke rushes. However, there are enough noobs and there are enough players that will choke to make this game mode worth it. I think I was grinding like 11 to 12 wins an hour on average, and I had some bad hours in there, I had some really good hours in there. Like some hours I would have gone maybe only like 7 wins, some would have gone over 15. And just knowing this means that I could just play the games, just doing the basic stuff that I knew. If I lost to Ace or lost to passive 3 times in a row, I wouldn't care, because I know that around the corner I'm gonna like win 3 games in under 2 minutes. Or have 3 games in under 2 minutes and then a 30-second win and maybe slightly longer win. But yeah, so if I like anyone beat me and I saw them say they beat me, I could not care too much less. Because I know that you're not going to beat passive. You just need to not worry about losing. Like my win rate would be terrible. Like the average is only about 75% this week, including what was it? It's all BFB, I guess, and then Speed with Fire did not put it up, probably put it down. That's the majority of it as well. And then a little bit of T0 as well, put it down a little bit more as well. So the win rate's not good at all this week, but I was not bothered at all. But it was just so many quick wins in Spire, yeah, it didn't even matter. And if you choke some, it also didn't even matter. I think there wasn't too many to ruin your win rate against the favourable matchups. But yeah, that's basically what you want to do. It's going really hard in Spire. It's the second time I've grinded Spire, and the last time I grinded Spire was actually at the end of 2020, where it was basically a free player race, but then Jimmy kind of just beat us all, and then it was just me and this other guy for between second and third, and I thought the third place badge looked cooler, so I just stopped playing to get the third place badge because I already had second. So yeah, that was my first grind since that Spire day, where I only got like 6 to 7 mil, which at the time was my highest grind in a day, so I was quite happy with that. But yeah, this is about double that. I think I probably played like 20 hours then as well. I did pretty much 24 hours. I did stop for pizza and an ice cream, and a few like tiny rest breaks to like go to the bathroom and stuff, but literally all of the day. It was worth it because it meant I didn't have to grind any more or anything like that. Anyway, we'll go into the full recap later on a video on Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. But yeah, that's how you do the power lock. That's how you get the quick win. But yeah, can wrap it up for today's video. This is just the leaderboard at the moment. Oh yeah, we got 5.5 mil lead. No panicking at all. The prestige, we're going to lose the prestige. Comment whether you think we've ruined the account by not getting the high prestige badge, but I'm not too bothered. It was never that perfectly clean in the first place. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Sub for more, and yeah, see ya.